Everybody, my name's Heavy Metal, and today I want to give you this little something different compared to like the Pack-a-Punch tutorials. This off, I'm going to be showing you the difference between the Giant with World at War's Darius. Yeah, with World at War's Darius. Okay, we're gonna start. Guess this is usually the wiki series because this is gonna be the different. This is gonna be the different videos. This is gonna be the different comparison between World at War and. I wish I could show you the World at War clips, but I don't have my game capture card, and I wish I could show you that, but I'm gonna fix it and show you what's the difference. I wish I could show you that. Yeah, I wish I could show you that, but I'm gonna show you what's the difference. But I wish, yeah, I wish I had my Vital game capture card, but you see the BO3 version because I'm filming on a broadcast, not that I have. And yeah, this is gonna be the weekly series about what's the difference between World at War and Black Ops 1. Well, Black Ops 1, yeah, had the Resurrection map pack. Now, the way you had to get the Darius version of World at War's Black Ops 1.
Field report.
And yeah. Okay, so we started in the game. Now we started where we started.
What happens next?
Like right here.
Uncertain.
This is where we had. Now the difference between the zombies between World at War. Well, the difference in World at War is because we had Nazi zombies. This one right here, the difference, we had like Group 935's zombies. As you see right here. On Windows, I think I see one coming. You can see here that it doesn't look like a Nazi zombie. If you look up like Google, and you'll see that this is a Group 935 a zombie. Oh, let me stab him. I say this right here. See, it has the Nazi flag logo, but yeah, it has the Nazi flag logo, and
confirmed.
This right here.
Identification of 115 on site.
And yeah, this is a different zombie.
Jump count to this location.
And yeah, it's the same models, but the difference is because there is snow. In the original, there was no snow. You see right here that the barriers are the same, but there was no fire right there. Yes. Yeah. Same thing, like they're still runners, but now what's the difference between the guns is that we started off with the M1911, which in the original World at War we had the Colt M1911. Now this version we have the. Now in this version we have the MR6 because the MR6 is from the future. Well, all the guns in this map are from the future, which the game is taking place. Which in the game it takes place in the future. Which the campaign takes place in the future. The zombies mode takes place in the 1940s. Now, you'd be wondering, why are we playing as Ultimus and, well, not Ultimus, I mean Primus, if we play as Ultimus back then? Well, because in this reality, we're like had to collect Ultimus souls to so they could be resurrection. But they came back. They came back in the Chronicles, and Primus came back in the Chronicles too, but in Origins. Well, yeah, because basically this is most likely an old World at War map. Now the difference, between I said, is because when they made this game, when they remade it before, actually when this was before made, when we had the Black Ops 1 version. They constantly remove all the glitches. They should remove all the glitches Yeah, they said that they remove all the glitches. They remove everything that caused the problems at World of War. But yeah, some of you are wondering, like, what is the problems in World of War? Well, the problem is at World of War because since it was a glitchy game, since they didn't have the efforts to remove the glitches off from the games. Since they didn't remove the glitches from World of War, because since they didn't know that it was gonna become glitchy. So when they came back with the Resurrection map pack, or like the way you had to get it back then for like Black Ops 1 was either you had to get the hardened edition to like get to. Now there's differences because there's perks right here that's been moved, which right there in the original there was right there in BO1 there was meal kick. Right there was meal kick right there. And yeah, in the original it wasn't right there. It wasn't right there, but it was up there. But right there, like, basically, there's like some honor changes. So like I said, double tap wasn't right there, and it was up there. And yeah, obviously, yeah, there is compared. Some of the perks that's right here are move. Since right there wasn't a fire. Since right there was like there is like major changes since when they remade the giant. Now for this map, like, they're wondering how do you get it? The way you had to get it back then was either by purchasing the season pass. Like, yeah, that's how you get it back then. Now there's like same changes, like right there. That's where double tap was, and Jug was on the other side of the bridge. And right there's my box. The box is in there because usually the box is right there. And yeah, it's the same everything, but it's that we play as right there. There's Quickify right there in the original, because in here like they change perks. They like change everything, so like compared that we had it in World of War. Because the way that the wall gun I bought off this right there, the gun that some of the perks like right there hasn't changed. So, okay, so like basically like yeah, like I said, the guns are taking place from the future. Some of the guns that we still have from the original or World at War version. As you can see here, we still have the same Pack-a-Punch. And yeah, right there, that's where Speed Cola is. And yeah, that's where it. And because right there, because the clock is still the same. And let me look for my. Oh, it's right there, because basically, see, the power-ups is still the same. Like I said, everything is just the same, but the major difference is because there's snow, the perks moving, and yeah, and obviously since there's the perks that haven't been moved since. Basically, it's just the same, but like, why did they put Jug right there if there was double tap? And like right there, why did they put double tap? It was meal kick right there. And basically they like place right here. When I go over here, they have meal kick right here. Like, why did they remove perk locations? Even though like the one we had. Now speaking of glitches, basically the difference, like I said, for World of War was a glitchy game, like I said. Yeah, World of War was a glitchy game. And constantly, when they were making the BO1 version, they constantly remove all the glitches. Now, the new Wonder Weapon on the game for World of War in Shino Numa was the Wonder Weapon for DG2. So, like, what's the DG2, you ask? I wish I could get it. I should show you that, but I'm gonna show you when I get it. When I basically what the Wonder Waffle. I'm pretty sure some of you I'm pretty sure some of you are what it is. Some of you don't. Now the Wonder Waffle DG2 is a new wonder weapon constantly for Shinonuma. Which basically the reason doesn't look like much of a close quarters map. It's a wide map which you don't have to take damage from the ray gun, like basically like when you shoot the Wonder Waffle, it creates like electricity. When you electrocute yourself, you constantly lose the perk Juggernaut. I mean, the icon is still there, but not like the effect. Not like the effect. Not like the effect. Well, right there, like the effect. Well, it's like the effect. I mean that. Basically, this was original World of War map. I mean, this was an original World of War map.
I ain't turning into a damn meat maggot, am I?
I mean, this was in the this was in a World. I mean, this is in a World of War map.
Like, you know, a minute.
And yeah, basically like.
Why is the medicine always gotta taste like shit?
Well, obviously, like some of you are wondering, like, why does the perks like taste nasty if, even though that was basically. Well, basically, like they said that medicine shouldn't be sweet. Well, basically, like the perks are medicine to help you get back on your feet.
One bullet at a time.
Yeah. If you're wondering, what is that body right there? That's most likely a Group 935 employee. And yeah, that's basically. I'll just keep what I have. Okay, so basically like okay, so I'm pretty sure that the Locust is probably gonna most likely, like I said, all the guns from the future most likely taking place from the 2060s. The 20 like BO2 takes place in the half the campaign takes place in the future for BO2. Like half the game is like taking place in BO2. I mean like the campaign does for like, which obviously, like I said, like for BO2, like basically half of the perks are like not perks. I mean half of the game for BO2 was like taking place in the future and half taking place during the ends of the Cold War era. And basically that the guns from the future, which obviously the map takes place in the future, well not the future, I mean the 1940s, since World War was having a World War II war. Now, like basically, like I said, I've been like trying to keep you updated for when the Cold War zombies starting, and basically like I'm trying to like basically like I said, now Cold War zombies, now like we have a map called Die Mishmark. I'm not pretty good with German, so if you can correct me down to the comments below so you can see it. Now, like basically, like since there is no snow back in World War, since basically, like since it is a World War map, well, was a World War map. Basically, like since it is a World War map. Yeah, since like I said, it is a World War map. Well, what's basically, like I said, like the difference is because we get to play as Primus instead of like Ultimus. Okay, so like basically, like I said, the difference is because there is like major differences between like old games like World of War and like basically, like I said.
Let's see those meat maggots.
And yeah, but basically, now like basically like now if you weren't staying updated with the Cold War zombies.
Good for me, bad for you.
Well, because now for Cold War zombies, we're having like the old perks coming back. Jugs, Be Cola, Quick Revive. I don't know about Double Tap. Like for BO4, you have to pack a punch in four times to actually get it. and basically like that's how it was. You had to like 4-pack punch, like basically. Now usually our bottles, usually like for our perk bottles, now we're drinking it out of a can, which that would have been cool, drinking out of a can of our instead of our big gallon of bottles, instead of like drinking it waste. Now like the difference between that, what like for the perk bottles is because we drink a big gallon of perk and they just like take a sip and they just like throw it all away. Basically, like I said that because it's different compared to World of War, and there's radios around the map between. Yeah, compared to, well, because there is same radios around the map that, which obviously that's right there is Dr. Max's office, and because the radios like besides a backstory to our Ultimus and between like where like about Dr. Max's. It's because the radios that are around the map, because it's the same radios like we had in World of War. Yeah, it's the same radios that we had at World of War because World of War was a little glitchy game. And basically, like I said, because World of War was a glitchy game. Because World of War is a glitchy game. Okay, so like basically, World of War is a little glitchy game. Like I said, they constantly remove all the glitches. Yeah, they remove all the glitches. They remove all the bugs. They remove the Wonder Waffle taking away your jug. Type blah 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 blah. Which like, some of you wondering like, why does the Wonder Waffle take away your jug? Which I have no clue, because since they didn't, when they make the Wonder Waffle, like when the Treyarch made the Wonder Waffle, yeah, when Treyarch made the Wonder Waffle, like when they made the gun for World of War, since basically, like when they made the gun for World of War, like basically they said that be careful when you go close with the Wonder Waffle. They said that if you if you shoot too close to yourself with the Wonder Waffle, you constantly lose your jug. I mean, the icon is still there, but the effect is not there anymore. So watch out for that. Since like when they remaster it in Black Ops, they they constantly remove all the bugs, they remove all the glitches, and they remove that any lags. I mean that it was a lag game since I mean it is an old game from 2008. Since it is an old game from 2008, and they constantly remove all the glitches, all the bugs, the glitches. They will constantly remove everything. So like when they remaster MPL1, since they constantly I mean, you can lose jug when you're like going through the electric traps. Now the difference is because we play as Permis in this version of the Rees. I mean not the Rees, I mean the Giants. Not the Giants, since we get to play as since we didn't get to play as Ultimus in this version, since I know that Ultimus has to be killed to collect their souls. And yeah, since obviously
stuff gives me the shakes.
I mean the death machine right here, that when you buy up you just constantly grab it, you like don't take it slow, and basically you don't hear Samantha say death machine. I mean it's a great gun which takes out much damage, and basically mostly all of World of War, and basically since World of War was a little glitchy map, since Death Machine was introduced to us in BO3. I mean not BO3, I mean BO1, since I mean not BO3, I mean BO1, since like basically like Kino they're toting. And now I'm gonna just tell you what's the difference between 1.0 and 2.0 of double tap. I mean now like double tap 1.0, all it did was just increase your gun fire rate. If you had a full automatically gun, you just got faster. If you have like some automatic weapons like the Car 98, you could cock it back faster. And some automatic weapons limiter like shows you how much you can put damage into the zombies. It shows you how much damage you can put for the zombies. Now, double tap 1.0 like just did it was just increase your gun's fire rate. If you had a full automatically gun, it just like you can like pour damage into the zombies. It shows you how much damage you put into the zombies for like basically since it was introduced, all the perks were introduced to for Rook, and basically yeah, since basically right there that was used to be the trench gun, since the trench gun was a helpful gun, since mostly all the shotguns like basically like in the opening trailer for the cutscene, since this is right there where Ultimus Richtofen got killed because by Primus just got basically got shot in the head. And yeah, since double points, since obviously all the points that basically were introduced to us basically back in World of War, all the power-ups and all of the now the Hellhounds here, since the Hellhounds appeared in the Horizon Jacket and in this game, and then for Setsubo Noshima we had the what's it called? We had the spiders, which I hate spiders. Spiders are my fear. I hate basically like now I'm gonna tell you what's the difference. Like I said, 1.0 did was just increase your gun's fire rate. You have most likely it's a gun that comes out of one bullet instead of like now the 2.0 did the same thing like 1.0. It did is just increase your gun's fire rate, and to limit how much ammo you had on there, which some people get confused since if you're one area or another, because since I'm on the other side and says some people said that no, it's a waste since all double tap you're shooting too much because double tap letting you lose ammo, and there's other people like me saying no, you're kind of like jealous because since you're pouring more damage into the zombies, you're shooting faster because you're pouring more damage into the zombies. Which I mean, like I can agree that 1.0 like helps you, like it's the same thing like 1.0. Like the icon is different compared to the original because you have 2 bullets, and like in this one you have like 3 bullets coming out of the icon. And now like for this 2.0 like for 2.0 and basically yeah, for 2.0 like you got 2 bullets instead of coming out of 1, since that was different. As you can see here, like when I'm shooting fast, I'm basically like it's like the same thing like the original double tap. Basically like I hope that double tap like makes a return. Like now as you can see here, I'm gonna show you what like basically the pack punch is same thing, like because basically like double tap, this is not much of a semi-automatic weapon, because basically as you can see here, like I linked up all the main teleporters to the mainframe, and basically
I need to remember the mission.
okay, so basically okay, basically like, and basically the pack punch is just is the same. Pack punch is the same. Now back in World of War BO1 and BO2, which you constantly can't double packet punch as much as you want. Now this is the first game that introduced double packet punching, since you can like double packet punch any weapon you like and not constantly get more stronger and you could pour more damage into the zombies. And basically, yeah, that's what. Now, the another difference is because since about the teleporter's logo, as you can see here, it's with the Iron Cross. It's the Iron Cross, like. And in the original, it used to be the swastika. See here, this is an Iron Cross with the but in the original, it was the swastikas. Now, basically, like I said, because since the teleporter is the same, the right there that used to be in right there that was an old gun. Basically, like, I mean, the power-ups are still the same. The zombies are different compared to our regular Nazi zombies. And yeah, since obviously the barriers are still the same. The major difference is because there's fire, smoke coming out of there. Yeah, since obviously there's major difference. Now, if you look up to the board, like I'm gonna show you right now when there's not much of a bunch of zombies. Like when there's not a bunch of zombies, I'm gonna show you like right there, that board right there. And yeah, as you can see here, the eyes are yellow. The funniest thing that because we have no idea who is the controller in BO3. We assume that's Samantha, but their eyes are yellow since this is actually taking place before Deriz. And yeah, since obviously it is an old World War map. I think that should be I think that should be. Okay, so right there, you see right there, there was originally gonna have a fourth teleporter, but they decided not to. The power switch is same thing for the traps are the same right there that wasn't there before. Which obviously there's major changes since right here there wasn't snow. Right here there wasn't snow. Right here there wasn't snow. Right there wasn't snow. Okay, right there wasn't snow. Because yeah, basically there was no snow in World of War. There was no fire, which obviously besides that and besides the furnace. Right there, that's Dr. Max's office. If you don't know who Dr. Maxis is, he is the leader of Group 935, which in the trailer opening you saw in the package tutorial, which he's got Ultimus Richtofen, which obviously got he's got I forgot what you call it, that like he hear like many voices of corruption. That's what I said because basically I'm not very good at that. Which obviously he got corrupted by the Dark Ether, and then he got mad at Maxis, and that's what he saw the cutscene for. He saw that the opening cutscene seen that Richtofen wanted to get rid of Maxis for a long time since he grew anger and frustrated about him since he is the one who made the Wonderwaffe DG2. Yes, Richtofen didn't make the Wonderwaffe DG2. This is what the most annoying thing about it is that when you have a zombie like that, basically the most annoying that it doesn't reach the player for less for a minute, they'll despawn and respawn to the next round. And respawn to the next round. Obviously that is most annoying, but having to despawn these zombies isn't a good thing since basically
Can I aim and shoot it?
Okay, so basically yeah, since obviously it is the most annoying thing. Having a zombie not reaching you in less than a minute, having them despawn. Which despawning them means that their heads explode and instantly killing themselves by not reaching them. You know, same thing for the crawlers. You have a zombie that if it doesn't reach you for a minute, which obviously some of them did survive. Which, but obviously since basically now, like I said, the difference between World of War and BO3 is that in BO3 there's snow, in Black Ops 1 and World of War wasn't snow. And basically because the perks has moved locations, Basically, like I said, the perks doesn't have move locations. And right there now, like I said, now if you didn't play World of War, like I said, if you didn't know that, because basically there is the hellhound spawning along with the zombies trying to get you more damage. Basically, like I said, that now now basically, like I said, that we play as Primus instead of Ultimus. Now you know the difference between now if you buy quick revive 3 times, this is what happens. This is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens when you buy quick revive 3 times. No, pretty annoying, right? I mean, like, basically buying quick revive 3 times. Basically, it happens for co-op too. Like, same thing for co-op. Okay, so basically, now that's what happens when you buy now I hope that I don't lose, like, basically, like, now basically, like I said, because it is an old World of War map, and yeah, now this is the difference. Now, like I said, this is gonna be a weekly series about World of War, and then I hope you guys have a great video, and now you learn the difference between World of War and BO3 and BO1. But yeah, guys, until then, my name's Heavy Metal. Goodbye.